Welcome to the Planet 63 Virtual Business Matchmaking Show, the next evolution of discovering Philippine and U.S.-made products and services. This is the show that helps create global sales opportunities and bring Philippine and U.S.-made products and services go from local to global. Thank you for watching the show, and now please welcome the host of Planet 63 from local to global, Ferdinand B. Soriano.
I have three quick questions for everyone at the moment. Now, do you need products for your online business? Are you in charge of sourcing and procuring and purchasing products for your company? Or do you just like knowing what the current trends are in terms of products and services that are coming out of the Philippines and the United States? Well, if you said yes, we have an awesome show for you today. So I'm glad that you're able to tune in. Now, good evening, everyone in the US, and magandang umaga ho sa inyong lahat in the Philippines. Now, welcome to Planet 63's virtual business matchmaking show, the next evolution of discovering Philippine and US-made products and services. The name of the show is Planet 63 from local to global. And I just want to go ahead and take this time to thank everyone who's been watching, supporting, and encouraging the show. Now, our goal for this show is to showcase and educate our audience on sourcing, shipping, and marketing Philippine and U.S.-made products, and also, hopefully, creates sales opportunities. Now, my name is Ferdinand Soriano of Planet 63. We are an export marketing and logistics management company. We're calling today's episode Tech and Fashion. Now, if you stick around, you'll find out why. Now, both of our guest presenters today will take about 5 to 7 minutes to talk about their products and services. One is looking to enter the Philippine market, and the other is looking to enter the United States market. Each of our presenters will be looking for tips and suggestions on how to enter their target market. That's where the industry panel experts that we have in the show and you, the audience, will come in. Now, our first guests are based in the U.S. Their company is in the business of wholesaling new and pre-owned mobile phones from brands like Apple to Samsung. They want to expand their market to the Philippines. Now, let's meet them and the co-host of our show. But before we do that, we'll go ahead and do what we call a product alert break, which is basically a commercial.
Hi, my name is Ron, and this is Teofilo Coffee Company. Where we drink coffee black.
We thought we'd wake you up with coffee. Welcome back. Today you will be seeing live product and services demonstration, everyone. Live consultation from industry, trade professionals from legal, logistics, and marketing and how to enter their target market. You're going to see the latest news on international trade between the Philippines and the United States. We will have live interaction from global viewers of the show and hopefully a business match with a distributor, wholesaler, or online retailer. We'll also have a product and service alert, which you have just experienced with the coffee. Now, this show is too much just for one host. I wish I could do it all, but the reality is a big task. So what we've done is we've invited one of the most respected and successful entrepreneurs and business coaches in the Philippines. Live from the Philippines, please welcome the Philippine franchise guru himself, Mr. Boots Bartolome.
Hey, good morning, good evening to the world. And how are you, Ferdinand?
I am awesome. I'd like to think I'm awesome, right? I could be a legend in my own mind, Boots, but it's all good. It all starts with the mind, right?
Yeah, but this show is something that tells us the world has no boundaries anymore, right? I mean,
yeah.
Look, you are talking right there in the US and I'm here in the Philippines, and we got these two entrepreneurs who are both exchanging ideas and trying to convince the viewers. And by the way, let me congratulate you. We got a lot of followers right now because of the show that we're doing, right? And the great panelists from both the US and the Philippines.
As we go on, so many things are developing that I would have never imagined with developing, and it's because of you too. Obviously, this is all a teamwork. Now, I want to thank you for being on the show and collaborating with Planet 63 Boots. Now, when you want to take your product or services from local to global, you may need some help, right, Boots? No man's an island, right? So why don't we start with introducing the panel of experts from the Philippines? Take it away, Boots.
Right. So I'm very, very proud of this group. They're so dynamic, pretty, and handsome. Okay. Let me introduce to you Susie Achacoso Cruz. Susie.
Hi.
How are you, Susie? There you are.
Very fine. Happy day.
See, everybody's getting happy and happy and happier. Okay. So Susie will be talking about, she's more on the marketing side, often called as the mother of, not X deals, mother of marketing. Okay. You'll hear more about her as we go along with the presenter. The next presenter is actually a well-respected legal eagle, as I would say. Legal eagle. Why? Because he comes from Ateneo. Yay! And again, intellectual property specialist. Let's call in Attorney Ferdinand Negre.
Hi, good morning. Magandang umaga, Boots. Magandang umaga, Pilipinas. Good evening, America. Thank you for having me here. Let's go, Ateneo.
All right. And of course, you cannot do your business without this logistics person. And really, despite the hustle and bustle of his technology, he managed to get in our StreamYard. Let's call in Danilo Teofilo. Oh, by the way, he doesn't own Teofilo Coffee. Huh? So, Danny, how are you?
Hello, good evening USA and good morning Philippines. Good morning po sa lahat ng mga panelists at saka sa ating host kay Mr. Ferdinand. Thank you for having me here again. Thanks.
Right. So Ferdinand, I don't want to waste the time because I want to introduce our panelists, our presenter, by the way, and let me call in the two young gentlemen, dynamic. I will always call them the geek of your call. What do you call it? Your callspareparts.com. But let's call in Andrew and Alan. Okay,
Hello,
Alan A and Andrew. Okay, but before we go there, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to have a preview of what they are up to. You know, this Alan A and Andrew G. So let's play the video. Awesome. So yoursellparts.com. Okay, Alan and Andrew, tell us something. How did you ever start about your business? Tell us something about your business, yoursellparts.com.
Well, yoursellparts.com started about 7 years ago. We started with your cell parts, cell phone parts. We started with screens, all small parts from iPhone to Samsung, including iPads, Apple Watches. And throughout the years, just like any other business, it transitions from one thing to another. The past 2 years, 2.5 years, I want to say our main focus as a company has transitioned from the parts side over to the used device now. I mean, at the end of the day, everybody always needs a phone, from a phone to Apple Watch to iPads. It's a part of life now. Everybody, like, look at us now, the way we're communicating is thank God to, these phones and to these computers, that's how we communicate. So that brings us to where we are now.
Okay, and Andrew G, what is your role with Alan with yoursellparts.com, Andrew?
I'm a sales representative, so sometimes I'll actually do some of the marketing too. So I'll be running like the video that you just saw. I actually created that one. I'll be running ads on Facebook, wherever we need to. I'll make calls wherever I need to. I'll answer calls as well as they come in, and just try to figure out what the buyer needs. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay. And so, before we go to our panelists, I just have this urging question. Why buy a brand new when I can buy a pre-certified phone? Am I
The
right?
Yeah, the beautiful part about a pre-owned phone is, I mean, everybody wants to save $1. You can buy a used phone for sometimes $100 to $150 under a brand new one. So if you can save yourself a nice chunk of change, I mean, and you get the same exact use out of the phone, whether it's used or new, and it comes with the same warranty, depending on what model you're going with. I think the best way would be, I mean, the future is going to be nothing but used phones. I mean, everybody, like I said earlier, everybody always is going to need a phone, and everybody's always going to want to save on the phone as well.
Can you show us a sort of difference, a demonstration between a new and a brand new and a certified phone, pre-owned?
This right here, iPhone 12 Pro Max, same condition as a new one. I mean, it runs the same exact features. We carry these in multiple colors, all the colors that Apple released. I don't just deal with like 12 Pro Maxes. We carry the whole lineup, ranging from iPhone 6 to iPhone 7s, 11s, 11 Pro, Pro Max, and not just iPhone in general. We do a lot of the Samsung's Galaxies S6, S7, S8, all the way to the Galaxy S20, 21 Ultras, and tablets. We deal with tablets and Apple Watches. We have a couple right here of more iPhone 12s also that we can show you guys. These are certified pre-owned devices that we have. We carry all color, and most of our stock comes factory unlocked too. That way you can work U.S., Philippines, anywhere in the world you'd like to use.
Awesome. And let me call in our panel of experts. Let's hear it from Attorney Ferdinand Negre. What you have to say about our friends here from YourSellParts.com. Attorney.
Hi, Boots. Again, good morning, everyone. Hi, Alan. Hi, Andrew.
Hello.
Yeah, this is. You're not selling that sports car, are you?
No, hey, if you want it, you can come on by, bro.
Nice sports car.
Thank you.
If you want to come to the Philippines, you will really need to look for a dealer in the Philippines, independent dealer, distributor. And the reason I'm saying that is under the Philippine law, retailers must be Filipinos. So yourselves, you cannot come here and do it here. So you really have to look for a distributor, independent distributor, or independent phone dealer. So that's one. Number two, your independent phone dealer or distributor will have to go to our National Telecommunications Commission to get a permit. So that's my tip, number one tip for your would-be dealer or distributor. Number two, you really need to come here and register your trademark and service mark. So there are two. I assume that your would-be dealer will be doing the distributorship probably under your name. So you need to register yoursellparts.com. It's a word, and the other one is the logo. It's so there are two that you need to register. Otherwise, someone else might grab that and you cannot use that in the Philippines. So you don't want that to happen to you. So those are the tips that I would like to share with you. The trademark, it's your asset. It's your
identity.
So you have that. Yeah. So please don't forget those tips. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, but Attorney Negre, I just have a question. You
Please.
mentioned about like for example, they have to go to the National Telecommunication Communication NTC, right? Why is there a need?
It's a requirement, Boots. If you remember, if you're into food supplement, you go to our FDA, Food and Drug Administration. For this type of business, if you're into brand new or pre-owned cell phones, then you need a permit for that. So it's a
Okay.
requirement. Yes,
Oh.
regulatory requirement by the NTC.
So that's the reason why you see this sticker behind
Exactly.
every cell phone that you buy, right?
Exactly.
There's a sticker of
Yes.
the NTC.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
And what happens if you don't have those stickers? I mean, you bring
Then
it. Let's say like
it's illegal. It's illegal.
Oh,
So
okay.
you really have to do that.
How do you obtain that?
Oh, the dealer will have to go and there's an application form, and then
Okay.
you have to tick and fill in those information in the application form. I can send that application form for you, but it's your dealer who will be needing that anyway.
Oh, okay.
Just
Yeah.
remind them, that you need this.
Yeah, but I guess they also need the dealer's agreement, right, attorney?
Oh, of course, of course.
You cannot do a copy and paste, right? I mean, you cannot something that you
Exactly.
get from the internet, right?
That's a very good point.
Uh-huh. Because
Exactly.
a lot of people would say, "Oh, I can do that. I don't need a lawyer," But again, at Planet 63 show, we want to do things right. So the distribution. Okay,
And also-
Attorney Ferdy, thank you very much. We'll hear now again from the logistics person, Mr. Danny Teofilo. Let's hear what he has to say about yoursellparts.com. Danny, meet Alan A, and Andrew G.
Hi, Mr. Alan and Mr. Andrew. Yes, I have to add also to the one said by Attorney Negre. If the shipment are something like second-hand, refurbished, as it looks like as brand new, but yet still we have to need some Bureau product standard clearance because something used, it needs some clearance also, aside from the NTC clearance.
Okay.
Then importing from the USA to the Philippines, if you have the NTC and also the Bureau product standard, this one is to be applied by the importer or your distributor. So it will come easy if you have all these things in releasing the cargo to our Bureau of Customs offices in the Philippines.
Okay.
All right. So how can they bring in their products, their pre-certified phone through a logistics? What role will a logistics person be having, Danny?
Well, once they have their shipment, if they need the services of the logistics to clear the goods, then they have to send us all the information through their distributor. Will be contacting us and coordinate with them all the necessary paperwork that we need to supply so that the Bureau of Customs will easily clear the goods. And also, once we send it out, we normally give advanced pre-estimate of the expenses so that before you send it out, you have already the clear idea how much it will cost the ship out and releasing of the goods. And you can compute if you can still make at least a reasonable margin that you can look at the end of the day. That is my suggestion, so that everything will come easy if all the clearances that we need to provide must have to be ready before the cargo arrives at destination.
Yeah, you're Alan and Andrew, you are really hot because there's a question right from Paul Mirador. He said he's a founder of Filipino Shopping Network, and here's a question for Alan A. My power button came off and I've lost it. Do you guys have a power button part for a Galaxy Note 8?
Yes, we do. We have plenty of them.
Okay, Paul, you got the answer. So you go to the experts. You go yoursellparts.com.
Yoursellparts.com.
Right. So, but Danny, question here is they're not shipping a container. They're just shipping a pallet, right?
Yes.
I mean, are you guys you're not shipping a 20-foot, 40-foot container, are you?
No. No, we're not. What we do is we
So what?
just small packages, small orders, depending. I mean, we're ready to fulfill any size order, whether it's one piece, five piece, or if you need 100 or 200 pieces. We have access to any quantity you guys are actually looking for, or whatever they actually need. Our main thing would just be the logistics, getting that figured out.
Yes, yes. We are used to having shipment with less than container load, because sometimes as a starter, you have to start very small. Then later on, you improve your sales because the quality are okay. So what we do is before you ship it out, we give you the cost estimates, including the freight, and if it is palletized, especially good, it should be palletized and must be safe, so that sometimes on while the cargo is on board the vessel or in a container, if it was not properly packed, then the goods might have to be destroyed. So it should be properly packed with sufficient what we call this safety net, that the goods
Right.
will be damaged once it was on board and being laden for Manila. So
Yeah.
that is the important thing that to consider.
Yeah. Let me say hi to Mick Diaz. It says, "Hi, hello, Mr. Butch. Hi, how are you? My regular, chit chat in FB and SoCal, and Mariflor Discotido Cruz. Hi, Mr. Ferdinand. Hello, experts. Oh, thank you very much, Mariflor. And Faith Laguno Tubilla. Sir, hi, Ferdinand. Daw, Sir, hi, Ferdinand. But again, now let's go to the exciting part. Okay, how will yoursellparts.com market it? Now let's call in the mother. No, she's really called the mother. I try to call her the queen, but she's the mother of marketing. Okay, Mother Susie Achacoso. Mother, come in.
Yeah, happy morning to all of you and good evening, America. Number
Hello.
one,
Hello.
you have a very good product, and I admire because you're very young. I think you're age of my children. I salute you both. And, after what Attorney Negus said, and also Sir Danilo, for as long as you are going to comply with all, nothing is impossible with your brand. Number one, as a person in marketing, I always do brand building. You have to establish it with your brand, and you are in compliance with all the rules and regulations, the standards here, and everything good follows. What I saw in here was that my question are all your parts are genuine. Am I right? All genuine parts?
All our phones, the beauty of us is we don't refurbish any of our devices. They're all
Uh,
fully used, so they come all original. I mean,
Okay. So because there's such thing as an OEM that we talk about, of course you
or
know that about the
yes.
equipment. Because my husband used to be with Rico Philippines. He was there for about
Uh,
15 years. So I knew he was telling me, Susie, make sure that their products are in compliant and everything. Number two, how did you market it in other countries? I wanted to ask because uh, was it the distributor? Was it just because the rules here in the Philippines is different, and I want you protected with especially for this team because we have to
sure.
lead with truth in advertising.
A
I
thousand
wouldn't
percent.
want to miss out, and I've been very active with the advertising board years back and the Philippine Association of National Advertisers. Be you guys beyond, I really pray hard that you get a very good partner
Thank you.
and everything great follows.
Correct.
How did you market it in other countries? How are you marketing it?
I'll be very honest. We haven't done too much marketing in other countries. Our product here itself in the U.S. speaks for itself, and uh, we've been very blessed with our customers that have just a word of mouth. And just like we're connected right now through Facebook, we've been able to connect with other people throughout Facebook as well. That's really the way that we've been able to grow outside of the United States as of now.
Well, the reason why I'm asking, if you're growing through social media, what more if you go to the traditional or other non-traditional? Should you get a good partner? Because sometimes the traditional marketing also validates what you see on social media,
Correct.
especially the business sector. My children has a lot of iPad, one, two, three, four. They asked me to repair it for 15,000. OMG, will I do it? Who is my market? Like with your parts right now, do I buy the parts? Do I look for a technician? Are the technicians your market? Or, there's so many
Yeah.
things. There's a niche marketing in here. And I truly believe that you'll play a role. But Butch was right and I think, Alan, you've seen your competitors, do you call it, when you went to Manila? Remember?
Andrew, I think
Interview?
it's
Andrew,
Andrew G.
Andrew, yes.
Andrew
Yeah.
G went. Yeah.
So it's
Yes.
all there. And I'm very scared. I'll be very honest with you. There's such thing as nakaw. I think you know what nakaw is. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Again,
I know what that is.
the hablot gang. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People snatch anything and they just sell it there. But once you have this seal of authenticity of second, right, to possession for second hand, well, I think that alone should be even communicated. A lot of communication has to be done here. It's not just a sure Facebook, but you have to augment also and convince the business sector, because for sure the bosses, they have phones, and like me, for example, I have a program. My phone is due after 2 years, but my question is, if I want to level it up, is it a need? Is it a want? Or can I just keep this first with the situation right now? And I think you can be the solution. I mean to say to the situation.
But Susie, their market is so huge. I mean, the
Yeah,
$52.2 billion market, according to the international data research, and they're really sitting on a gold mine, if I have to say it, because a lot of people, how often people change cell phones? I mean,
I'm,
Alan,
I'm
what's
hoping
your
my
experience?
phone.
How often do people change cell phones?
People are buying phones every day.
Every day.
Well, you got
People are-
you got the luxury of using different phones, though. But for a typical person like us, like how often, Susie? How often do you change your phone?
Oh my God, my children gets mad at me 5 years, except for this year because of the program of the 2 year lock up with a provider like with Globe, and then when it's due already, mama, you just add like this, and then you get a new phone. And I have over 5 year, imagine, and I'm bound to be finished with my 2 year program, and now there's a new unit again. My question with you two guys is that I really love my iPad 1 and 2. Does it really exist pa?
Yeah, those are for seniors. Anyway, let's bring back Ferdinand. Let's bring back Ferdinand, because we're getting hot on this topic about cell phones. And I don't know with Ferdinand how often he's changing his cell phone, because the mobile providers keep on asking you to tell you that, hey, it's time to change, it's time to upgrade. But the problem there is most of the phones that you get from your mobile providers are
Yes.
locked. I get the experience. I'm going to the US. Here I am. I cannot even call Ferdinand because he's on mute. Okay. Right now.
I just like laughing. I just like laughing and paying attention to you guys.
My phone is locked as in you cannot use this SIM simply because it is locked. Now, I had that experience. I had my blood pressure shoot up because I had to ask my phone provider in Manila so many times, sort of short of pleading before them. Although I have the right, and Attorney Negre can attest to that you have the right after your term to unlock your phone, right?
Correct.
Yeah,
Even the U.S. Attorney Ferdy, is that right? Am I right on that?
He's on mute.
Yeah, Attorney. You're on mute, Attorney. Tony, yeah.
he's whispering.
He's on mute. See, the phone is
There
locked.
you go.
Okay.
You're very good. You can have your phone unlocked
After your term.
after the term, but the term is only it's a contractual obligation actually. So you have a term, you're bound by the 2 years. After that, you're no longer bound. You can have your phone unlocked. Yeah.
Oh, there's so many interesting topics. I tell you, we won't end up. Our Ferdinand Soriano will get angry because we are eating a lot of his time. So anyway,
Yeah.
but again, Alan A and Andrew G. Gosh, when are you coming over? You better come over to the Philippines ASAP. Okay.
Maybe when the lockdown is over.
Alan,
Oh,
Alan, Andrew,
even
you
yeah.
guys are awesome, and I think overall you're the product that you guys have. I'm listening and trying to obviously coordinate the show, but at the same time, I'm saying to myself, you have authenticity. I mean, that's Susie made a great point. You come up with a product that you can prove that all day long, because that's what everybody's concerned with, is like a knockoff, right? So again, to me, after you guys appearing, there's more to it. That's why I want everybody to go to your site, yoursellparts.com, because at the end of the day, I think what's going to happen is that you're going to attract a distributor there who's going to see that. We just need to make it easy for them to get a hold of you, and that's the bottom line. And as you can see, everybody gave their feedback from different perspective, right? From the legal, from the marketing to logistics. And basically what we've just done is gave you sort of a mini roadmap. I mean, if you want to call it that, whether you were so completely an expert on the Philippine market already or not, is just sort of a roadmap now that you can, continue to maybe watch on YouTube and kind of give the perspective of that. Right, Boots?
Yeah. And I can see just a big market for you guys because you're legitimate and you're pre-certified. And
Yeah,
really,
and I saw it. I saw it on. I was reading this thing, and it says, I mean, believe it or not, I read it, and people should check it out. And it's like a quiet industry to a certain degree, but it read that, just like what Butch said, and I read something else also, that the used smartphone market is forecasted to be valued at $67 billion in 2023. Again, this is from the same source that Butch was sort of quoting earlier from International Data Corporation. And that in itself, everybody wants to be connected. But because overall, like we were talking off into the side before the show, everybody still has to watch their money. And, if you can make it affordable for people to own such, amazing devices, then there's no reason why they wouldn't go there. Right, Butch?
but Ferdinand, I think if for you to become a distributor, you have to have that sports car.
Yeah, I want
Sports
sports
car,
car.
right?
Does it come in like green or something?
Yeah, that's
Maybe
purple.
Filipino.
I think that's a trademark of this guys. You have to have a sports car. You have to be millennial. I don't know. If Susie is millennial, but I think she's trying to be a millennial, though.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Alan, Andrew, thank you so much. Okay, I appreciate you coming onto the show, but
Thank you.
we
Very
didn't
welcome.
do justice. We didn't do justice for you guys to tell your story, but we just appreciate you being on the show. Okay.
Definitely. No,
Thank
thank
you,
you for having
guys.
us. Thank you for your time. Thank you for everything.
All right. Thanks,
you.
guys. You know what, Butch? I
Bye.
can't wait for the next presenter from the Philippines. What we'll do is we'll get to see her company's products after we come back from another one of these product alert breaks.
Ever wonder how to export and sell products in the USA? Ever wonder how to export and sell products globally? You're lucky you found us, because we've got exactly what you need. Introducing ShopSariSari.com. What is that? Shop Sari Sari is the leading marketplace for Filipino exporters. We sell globally to consumers and major retailers. We're a one-stop shop in importing your product and getting FDA approved. Check this out. Sell with the major brands. Registration is free. Sell in the mainstream channels. We sell your favorite Filipino brands. What do our customers think? Mark Araulio says, "Thank you for assisting me in getting my FDA approval in the United States." Anna Vergara from Arkansas, USA says, "I am thankful ShopSariSari.com was created." And from Paris, France, "I can't believe I got Filipino products delivered straight to my doorstep. What are you waiting for? Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, or email us if you have any questions. Visit www.shopsarisari.com. For suppliers, sign up for free at www.shopsarisari.com/supplier.
Thank you for staying with us, everybody. I appreciate you staying on and continue to watch the show and support it. That was just our first segment talking about U.S. or rather U.S. products going into the Philippine market. Now, thank you for staying with us. And one thing that I always say is that having trusted and knowledgeable professionals to help in navigating a market is always welcome. You need to develop an insightful and a well thought out plan to navigate whatever market you want to enter. And we just happen to have that in the U.S. side also. I mean, we have an amazing team in the Philippines, as you can see, in terms of their expertise and the way they express themselves. And there's a lot more to it. But obviously, we only have a 1 hour show. So with that being said, we just happen to have these type of experts also in the U.S. And here they are today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read their bios, and I want to make sure I'm reading them correctly because they're pretty impressive. The first one I'd like to bring up is that he has 20 years of experience leading supply chain operations with strong emphasis on Asian countries. He's based in Los Angeles. He serves as a regional director, USA West and Southwest with Morrison Express Corporation. He has also served as supply chain consulting manager for Fortune 500 clients in Americas, Europe, and Asia, and he's a graduate of University of Maryland. Please welcome Eduardo Vargas. Eduardo, my friend. Hey, I think you're on mute. Yeah, you're on mute. You're on mute. There you go. You got to take yourself out of mute.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. How are you, Eduardo?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me in your program.
Hey,
great. Thank you
of
for
course, my friend. Tell us a little bit about Morrison Express and you.
Yeah, Morrison Express. We help any client, especially coming from Asia lately, like a lot of Filipino clients, Southeast Asia, Singaporean. I was mentioning before, we have a lot of Chinese importers into Amazon. You know, Amazon's becoming really hot lately with COVID. People at home, they want to buy stuff. So we help our clients make available their products throughout the US and the Americas in general. I mean, some clients, they ship to LA and then to Canada, Mexico, and the entire US. We assist them for the paperwork and also make effective their money because there's a lot of investment on products that they want to make sure everything gets on time and finally gets to their clients and the clients are happy and they are happy, right? So that's what.
Well, you've been a good supporter of the show in terms of teaching, showing Philippine manufacturers how to get into the U.S. market, because obviously that's one of your specialties, but obviously it's a bonus that you also know the Southeast Asia, right, Eduardo?
Yes, correct. Yeah, Southeast Asia is growing. I mean, it's booming. Thailand is taking over some Chinese manufacturers. Even Mexico as well. They're taking over because, you know, I mean, for much that you want to grow into China, China is very good. They don't want to put all the eggs into the same basket and they want to diversify. So that's proving to be beneficial for Southeast Asia for sure.
Well, I think that's what makes you being part of the team amazing because you give a different, perspective. So thank you. And, stick around, obviously, because you're going to get to watch an amazing up and coming product from the Philippines. Okay, Eduardo?
Okay. Thank you for it.
All right. So I'd like to go ahead and introduce the next panel of expert, I should say. She is a U.S. lawyer who also is licensed to practice law in the Philippines. She has over 10 years of experience working with small to medium-sized companies focused in minimizing legal risk when doing businesses in the United States while acting as a business strategic advisor. She graduated from the top schools in the Philippines, the University of Philippine Diliman and Ateneo Law School. She's the U.S. counsel for several big Philippine companies such as TV5. Please welcome attorney Yudel Deloso Penacho. Hi, Yudel. How are you?
Hi, good evening, California, and magandang umaga, Philippines. Thank you for having me here.
No, it's everyone in this team is amazing. You add on to that and your expertise, because we have in the Philippines, of course, we have to have one in the US too, and giving perspective to all the wannabe or aspiring to be manufacturers from the Philippines who want to export their product here. So tell us a little bit about your law firm. What do you specialize in, and all that good stuff that makes your law firm amazing, especially valuable to a lot of the Philippine manufacturers.
Okay, so I'm the founder of the Deloso Penacho Law. So we are US-based business and estate attorneys in a firm, and we actually our expertise lies and surround around counseling businesses, international and domestic, in a lot of areas about setting up their business here, going through how to infuse investment, financing, basically their setup here. And the unique thing about our firm is we stand as a strategic advisor. So we help companies from the beginning, from their setup, making sure that their foundational legal foundation is all set up pretty well for their protection, to minimize their risk in doing business here, and also to maximize their growth. And at the end, to help them preserve their wealth, their assets that they've earned. So that's actually what we do.
Udell, that's a lot. That's a lot that you do. And that's why we're so happy that you're part of the team, because obviously we're trying to give value to the Philippine manufacturers coming here. And nothing beats somebody who's as knowledgeable about the market, not only from because you understand Philippine products, but you also obviously know the U.S. market and the legal aspect of it. Thank you for being in the show, and then stick around as we meet the presenter, okay?
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, so now I'd like to introduce, she's a business valuation expert and business strategist. She is the co-founder of My Jeepney Stop, now the fastest growing Filipino online directory with close to 3,000 active listings, and has since expanded its services to include event management, target marketing services, social media management, and web design. She has a law degree of Penn State University. Please welcome Christina Espiritu. Christina, are you there? There you are. Hi.
I am here. How are you, Ferdinand?
I am fantastic. Thank you for joining us. So let's get to the point. I want to tell everybody how awesome you are and your company, and tell us why you're such a valuable asset to this team because of your marketing prowess. If you want to start it with that.
Sure. Sure. So first of all, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. So I've covered all bases. But what I do is I'm the co-founder of My Jeepney Stop, and we are a marketing agency that's based in California. We do the traditional marketing strategies, both online and offline, because my co-founder and I have a unique background. So we grew up in the Philippines. We're familiar with Filipino products and culture. We also have been in business here and also have, lived here for many years. So we're able to really have the knowledge to bring Filipino products here and expand to the U.S. So, which is what we love to do.
Well, again, just like everybody else on our team, you bring a certain perspective, and we appreciate you being here and spending some of your time here with us, Christina. Thank you. So please stick around, okay? Because we want to introduce the next guest. Now, our next guest presenter describes her products as local culture meets contemporary fashion, okay? Her company designs and manufactures mostly handcrafted and exquisite jewelry and handbags. They are in a global industry. Check this out. Listen to this. They are in a global industry, according to research done by Allied Market Research. It's to be valued at $40.6 billion by the year 2022. That's under the heading of costume jewelry. Okay, quality material and a high level of craftsmanship are definitely in demand. So, with that being said, everyone, please welcome the owner and founder of Modela Filipina, Philippines, and Modela Filipina, Germany, Mai Trabado.
Hello,
Hi,
everybody. Hi, good morning, Sir Ferdinand. Good morning, Philippines. Good morning to the U.S. Hello to all the viewers. Thank you so much for this opportunity to promote our brand globally.
No, I'm excited for you to be here. Now, what we're going to do is, before you go into talking about your company, we want to go ahead and show a quick video of your products, because obviously we can only see the back of your products here from a certain distance, but we want to show how wonderful the products up close in a very simple video, okay? So if our producer can go ahead and show the video first before we start talking to Mai, that would be great. great
That
product,
was
Maya.
amazing. Thank
No,
you.
no, no. See, I know that if you just started to do that and and the screen, it wouldn't do justice. I wanted everybody to see that. Now,
Yes.
right, let's jump right into your presentation. Tell us a brief story about your company and then also the type of products, basically what you made. I mean, we saw that, but what makes it
Okay.
great and what's your message to a potential retailer here in the Philippines or a wholesaler? What are your goals? What do you want to do in the US market?
Okay. Before anything else, I'd like to share with you how Modela Filipina started. Well, last year I was working with a local apparel brand in Iloilo, and I came up with an idea to combine different craftsmanship of Pinoys to create jewelry pieces in native handbags, and eventually, of course, go globally and compete with the high-end market. So we all know that Philippines is the second largest provider of handicrafts in the world, and mainly baskets from indigenous materials. And I realized that almost every family in the US, or I mean in the Philippines, owns handcraft products. So that's why I wanted to support local artisans and also the indigenous people by going or by bringing their products globally. And of course, that is what Modelo Filipina's goal is, to combine local culture into modern fashion. And of course, as a matter of fact, we are not just a brand that sells products from indigenous materials. We are also supporting locals. We have a charity, in fact, called Modela Filipina Cares. We empower women. Our jewelry pieces are worn by women, and we encourage them to speak themselves, and we share their stories. If you come visit our page, Modela Filipina at Modela Filipina PH on Instagram and Facebook. We also support little children, so we have a cause, we have an advocacy, and we do this because basic for the past 5 years we realized that contemporary fashion and vintage fashion has been combined. So that is our goal. And also, as what we saw in the video, we have released a few collections already. Banig Banig collection, a combination of Marikina craftsmen, the Bulacan leather, and the Banig in the provinces. We also have Abaca collection from Cebu. So the purpose of that, again, as what I've mentioned, is to support the livelihood of the local artisans in the provinces. So they've been in the business for decades. Their craftsmanship is beyond compare, as well as the Marikina craftsmen. So that's why we wanted to help them, and we wanted to make this global because our products are competitive, and I can say that it's export quality. And there is no doubt that we will excel. Modelo Filipina can expand. In fact, we have already a branch in Germany, and we are very proud of that. We have been in the business for just 4 months now, and we've already expanded. That's what Modelo Filipino products are. So if you happen to check our Facebook page, we are looking into opening a branch in the US, of course. Perhaps a boutique that shares the same passion and vision with Modela Filipina. There you go.
Mai, that was exactly what I was hoping that you would say, because there's a lot of opportunity with online, and everything e-commerce. There's no reason why you couldn't do all of that stuff. And again, I wanted the audience to really know the story. But enough about me. Let's get to the tips and suggestions, because at the end of the day, you're here to get tips and suggestion, and hopefully also the people that are watching us get online and give us your feedback, because for all you're looking for a product for something in your online store. Maya is willing to stay, to talk to you. We can connect you to her as soon as possible. So I'm asking all of the people watching, just go ahead and reach out to us. But let's go ahead and bring up Eduardo, our guest from Morrison Express. Eduardo.
Hi, Ferdinand.
Hey, Eduardo.
Hello.
So, can you give some tips to Mai in terms of how she would bring it here? What would be your suggestion in how to bring her products into the U.S. and however you see fit?
Yeah, I first I want to congratulate you because your product line is it's beautiful. I mean, my wife
Thank
will
you.
love it, so I'm sure she'll be one of your clients. But I have clients like you. A lot of jewelry, not only from the Philippines but Thailand as well. We move large majority of volume via air freight because it's a very light product, and
Yes.
if you move ocean, it's gonna take a while. I mean, the transportation takes maybe up to 25, 30, or 35 days, depending on
Days.
the vessel or the route you choose. Your clients might wanna, in the U.S. at least. I mean, there is this sense of urgency, right?
Yes.
With Amazon, and they have Prime, so they want the stuff right away. So my recommendation will be, I have two options for you. One is pre-label your orders on your
Okay.
website. If you have your website available in the US, you can sell immediately through your website, and your orders are going to come to, in this case, Morrison Express. We assist, even if your product's still in the Philippines, you can pre-label the orders with FedEx, UPS, or USPS, whatever service your client wants labels. So if that happens, then once the product is shipped via air freight, you ship not parcel by parcel, but you ship in a group of orders, right? And then finally, that product, once it's in the US, in our warehouse, for instance, in LA, which is the closest point air freight from the Philippines. Once it hits LAX, it gets to our warehouse, and then we drop it at FedEx, either FedEx, UPS, as I said, USPS. They all come to our warehouse to pick up your product, and then the next day those products are in the network for those parcel deliveries to get into your clients. So that's one solution. So it's pre-labeling in the Philippines. So you don't need to necessarily ship pallets or full orders, and this comes air freight. So I mean, the per kilo rate, it varies, but depending on the product that you ship and the jewelry, the value is gonna probably cover it for sure. If you wanna do mostly maybe warehouse storage in LA, that's also an option. So you store your product there, maybe one pallet or two, and then you start shipping orders out of there. But that increases the inventory, and it might be something that your clients might not necessarily want, right? Because your catalog might be super detailed, and then, for instance, my wife might want a purse, and then that's not exactly the purse you have in the stock in Los Angeles, so you might still need to ship it from the Philippines, right? And maybe at some point, looking at your product, maybe some of your lines have certain unique products, right? I don't know if that's the
Yes.
case.
Yes.
Eduardo. Okay, so Eduardo, that was amazing. I was, when I was talking to my before, pre-production, I talked to her about that, and I told her that you would be able to help her in so many ways, at least get her started in thinking the right way. I thank you for that, my friend. So hopefully you get to talk to Maya a little bit longer. But in school I didn't like to take notes, right? So I wish that I could always videotape the teacher. Obviously now with video, you didn't have to take notes from what you just said. Maya, you could just rewind this thing or watch it on YouTube.
Exactly right.
That's the best, right? In terms of trying to do it that way. Anyway, just really quick, I want to respond again to Paul. He wrote, "Hello, Mai. I'd like to discuss marketing your handbags here in Los Angeles." So, Mai, he's already. I know Paul. He does a Filipino shopping network. You might be interested in talking to him. So we'll connect you with Paul a little bit later. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So
Thank
with
you
that
very
said, now I want to go ahead and bring up Attorney Yodel and have her speak to you a little bit about the legal aspect of it. And she's the only attorney that I know that can be very straightforward and fun, and listening to her and how she could strategize it, the whole thing. So just listen to her. And again, if you daze off for whatever reason, you can always rewind this thing on YouTube and listen to how her great advice, right, Attorney Yodel?
Thank you. Thank you, Ferdinand. Hi, Mai. It's great meeting you.
Hello.
So I love your product. Upon the advice of Ferdinand, I looked through your Facebook, and now I'm hearing you about your objectives. I love that because it's very precise, and you know really where to go. And I think that you have clarity on what you want. So that's a great thing. So you can just start with planning on how to bring your business here. And I see that I heard that you want to create a retail market here. That's great,
Yes.
like a branch. So
Yeah.
that is amazing because you already know what to do. So the first thing is knowing what the market here is and what would entail that, right? So I always advise for for any prospective or intending businesses to come when they're coming here that to start with the legal foundation, because you will be entering a lot of contracts, and definitely you will be needing you will be needing insurance, and you will be, of course, part would that be is looking through what would be your tax implications, and along the line you would need financing. So you need the basic structure to do that. So there are a lot of like options here. Entity formation. It starts with knowing where you start, right? And what would be your objectives, right? So if you want retail here, I would be to maybe I should mention also that it's great that you will be bringing the retail here, because from a little bit of research before this program, since this is your product is like minimum of $62 billion industry here just for the jewelry itself. See, I have my jewelry. I love it and love your bags.
Yes.
And another thing is you're social entrepreneur. That's a big thing here. If you say you're a social entrepreneur and like advocating for women and mission based and mission driven, that in itself is a good marketing in itself. And there's a lot of programs here that you can take advantage of, minority based, accreditation with all these things. And it will have direct impact to you in your financing, in your entity formation, and all of any available grants or incentives that you might have here. So yeah. So just have your legal foundation set by starting with a entity information. Yeah, and then you can go from there.
Wonderful. Thank you.
I know that everyone sometimes skips that part, but the reality is either you take care of it now, it'll bite you in the butt later on. So with what Attorney Udell just said, obviously those are things that you need to listen to in terms of just a thought, at least just a thought for you to consider moving forward here in the U.S. market. Thank you, Attorney Udell. I appreciate that.
Thank you,
now I'd like to bring up Christina Espiritu from My Jeepney Stop. Christina, please, this is the part that I probably was also, anxiously waiting in terms of ideas and suggestions, because again, pre-production, I'm always talking to her about where we could definitely help her. So now this is your opportunity. Go ahead and let her know what you thought about the product and how you think you can, maybe give some help.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Well, actually, before this, I admit I went to your Instagram page and already bookmarked the stuff I wanted to buy. but it didn't have the bag. So I'm just curious. So are you selling jewelry right now? And then I saw some photos of the bag, but what composition of products do you have now? Which ones sell most, or are you just starting to sell the bags now?
I'm actually I did not post the bags because I am exporting the bags directly to Germany. I was about to export that to the US. I only post the bags in a Facebook page because I guess mostly right now, most of the people are looking into Facebook. That's why I'm about to post that in Instagram.
Gotcha. Okay. So for us, and I know that you had mentioned that you wanted to, start a retail branch here, as Attorney Udell said. So for me, I always start with like the basic and the cheapest marketing thing that you can do, right? So a lot of times, like you do, first it's just product awareness, and that's product awareness as we do it both in an online and offline setting. So online setting, I'm sure you're familiar with the social media, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and then a website. So I see that you have Facebook, but do you have an actual website yet? Or is that what you're planning on doing next?
That's what I'm about to do. I'm in the process of doing that. I just have to, make all the photos perfect and all. I have to consider that.
Okay. Yeah. So, so first, those are the things that and we can talk about it later on about the stuff that we can do and help you with online. And then the offline things that I see it, because we also have a few other clients that do the same thing as you. And so what we do is we do a lot of pop-up shops and really a lot of collaborations with boutiques, because that is mostly the most economical way to get some sort of recognition, because you don't, you're basically already catering to the customers that they have, right? And then they're actually helping you market and promote as well. So with the type of products that you have, I see a lot of because of the interest in unique products that are handcrafted with some sort of story. I mean, one thing I would pursue is really looking at some of the big and even smaller retailers, such as, I've seen collaborations with the retailers like J. Crew or Banana Republic or even Target that really uses smaller designers like you in order to really get the social impact and the social story behind the product to kind of get the sales. So that would be my not one of my biggest recommendations, is to really find a retailer that already has a presence here to believe in your product, and see if there's a partnership or collaboration.
That'd be perfect. Thank you.
Of course.
Christina, thank you. As always, you have a lot of suggestions, and I know you could dig deeper into the things that you were just saying. I know you're holding back because we only have like an hour show. So, yeah, to all the panel experts, I was wondering if you could, Mr. Producer, Mr. Justin, if you could bring back Eduardo and Attorney Yodel on the screen. Again, I want to thank everyone for the nuggets of wisdom you just gave Mai. So I want to give Mai an opportunity to just address all of you and just say whatever she wanted to say, and let this be the parting comment from her. So Mai, did you want to say something to our panel of experts?
I just want to say thank you so much. It's really a big opportunity, and I'm lucky to have met you all, because not everyone is giving this chance to, everyone in the Philippines who are just starting a startup business would like to go global, and this is a big opportunity for Modela Filipina. Thank you so much.
Well, that's what I love about. Well, that's what I love about this team, because of what we're hopefully trying to do and encourage more. And the level of professionalism from each one of the people that you just met are amazing. So hopefully you can continue to talk to them, Mai, and then just hopefully, obviously with social media, you can do that all day long. All right. Now, when we come back from the break, we'll recap the show and announce the guest for our next show. And we are back. Boots, I cannot believe, I always say this because when I'm having a good time, time just flies. So that means I'm already also talking too much, and that's not even without a drink, right? Without a drink. So
yeah, I think we need to extend the show. I tell you, a lot of our viewers are saying, "Hey, your show is too short." I mean, from the Philippine side, the panelists, they want to hear more from the panelists. Oh my gosh, I tell you.
I know.
And really, Mai and your Cell Parts group, Andrew and Alan, they're awesome. I tell you, this show is tech and fashion. Okay, it really speaks so well. I'm really proud. I can't even work on the side, because I'm listening.
Well, because there's so much in this part of the thing that we're trying to do. There's so many things that we can affect people, in terms of what they want to do. And right now, I just love the idea that all of the people that are working with us are so in tune with trying to just educate, creating opportunities not only for the guest presenters, but also networking amongst us and trying to form some sort of a team, just like you, to quote you, just like the Avengers, right?
And behind the stage, we're also doing our contact tracing the Filipino style.
Yeah, exactly. I know. I
Susie,
saw that. I saw what you were
you're
doing.
guilty as charged, Susie.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Now everybody knows. Everybody now knows. Everybody now knows that the wide tech and fashion. Again, we want to say at this we took up the hour, so we want to go ahead and say thank you to Alan Aliaga and Andrew Geronimo of YourSellParts.com and May Trabado of Modela Filipina for presenting their amazing products. And if anybody of our audience are interested in these products, please reach out to us at info@planet63.com, and we can set up a Zoom call to meet with these amazing companies. Right there's a message from Mariflora Cruz. Miss Mai, your products are amazing. Just by seeing the video and seeing the bags behind you, for sure, that's why the panelists are all excited. Definitely has a lot of potential. Being in Planet 63 show is a smart move. Thank you so much, Mai, and the check is in the mail for saying that. Just kidding.
And one thing that's so dangerous with being a panelist or being part of being moderator, you get to buy the products of these people ahead of time because they might increase in price, when they're out there in the market.
Yeah, no, I love it. I mean, that all could possible. I think the business model of YourSellParts.com of wholesaling pre-owned tech makes sense, especially when the world right now needs to be fully connected and making that affordable. And as for Modela Filipina, I can support her mindset of creating beautiful handcrafted products for the global market. And for our next show, we will have a US-based company manufacturing skincare products. And also we'll have a Philippine-based health and wellness company on the show. Now, again, please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and connect with us on Facebook page under Planet 63 so that you can be notified when the next live stream show will be. Now, by the way, if you are a U.S. or a Philippine manufacturer or brand owner and you want to be a guest presenter, please feel free to reach out to us at info@planet63.com. And also, Boots, please, briefly, tell us also about the Global Expansion Partner Program and share an inspirational thought as we sign off.
Yeah, how would you like to have the three Avengers working on your product and your service? And even before going out there in the U.S., you're already ready to face the challenge. Right? That's the Global Expansion Program.
Yeah. The Global Expansion Program, again, is something that we're putting together to help Philippine manufacturers, sort of like an incubation setup that helps Philippine manufacturers and U.S. manufacturers. You'll hear more about that as the shows progress, and we're on our episode 3, and thank you so much for that. Now, Boots, you didn't leave any nuggets of wisdom, so do you want to leave a nugget of wisdom?
Well, I always say keep on paddling your boat because the world is full of surprises. Okay, just keep on, because you never know when you hit the gold strike. Okay, just struggle. Okay,
my friend, thank you so much for again. I always keep saying thank you for being a part of Planet 63, especially in the Philippines. So with that being said, thank you everyone for watching. Now let's go global.